Welcome to the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I'm your host, Frank Ray, here with Chris Johnstone.
The
Chris,
guy with the
hi.
less cooler voice.
But the way cooler haircut. I'm going to give you that.
Points
Um,
are in right now.
hey, man, what's going on, brother?
It is a wild time right now, Frank. You and I both are eyeballs deep in artificial intelligence, and
I,
what we're doing with it is mind-blowing. So I'm super excited to share.
I know it's absolutely insane. I've got you to thank for it all too, because honestly, brother, I would have been one of those guys that AI just kind of blew me by, and I just would, maybe like I can make a funny picture, hey, it's great, but thanks to you and being, part of the Breakfast Club, and you being part of the Breakfast Club, and every Friday you getting together with us and just showing us all the stuff, it's really opened my eyes, and everybody who's there, it's opened everybody's eyes to what's possible, and what I think that the way to round that up to say is like anything now is possible. Literally anything. You know,
Yeah,
it's nuts, man. So, and
it really is.
it it it's really important to have a pretty decent foundation in it. As an originator for sure, and have a good understanding of how you can deploy it and that kind of a thing. And if only there was like some sort of a guideline or some kind of a something I could hold in my hand, Chris, and just kind of look at it and go, okay, now I get it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If only there was a
If only
solution.
such a thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a pretty good segue to I just finished my book. So this is the first, I think, public announcement of the book. It's called AI 101 and I'm going to pre-order right now. So you
Yeah.
get on the list to be at the front of the line, and then as soon as Amazon accepts it, because it's a real book, like you order it on Amazon, comes to your house. Obviously, you get the digital copy. And so go to loaibook.com, loaibook.com to get on the pre-order for that.
Pretty good domain name for the
Thank you.
LOAI book that people are going to want to get. Yeah. So
Yeah,
loaibook.com pre-orders right now.
that's right.
What's it going to cost?
I think there's guidelines we have to follow. I think it's going to be $9.99.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. And it
Well,
comes with a membership site where I've recorded a video that goes along with every chapter. So
mm,
there's 11 chapters in the book plus a bonus chapter. And so we've got all the videos that go along with the chapters in a membership site that everybody gets access to when they download it. And all the recordings of the class that we do on Friday, where we just like build stuff in real time with our community, all the recordings go in there. So you've got access to all of those labeled by the topic. So anytime you're working on a project, you can go in, find it inside the membership. And it's a free membership because you get it when you buy the book. So. Yeah.
dude, that is awesome.
Yeah,
Good
and
thinking.
it, AI helped me a
A
little
little
bit
bit.
brainstorming and the book I wrote. It is not AI slop. I
Right.
wrote the book. I've been working on it since November.
Yeah.
Um, and using all the prompts and everything that we give away in the actual book, but the brainstorming and how to structure it and how to make it useful for people. And it's a sequence of events that you walk through to go from like okay, I haven't really used an AI tool yet. And it's like how to set it up, how to fill your account with all the information so it learns from you. But like
Yeah.
all the way by the end of the book, like AI is picking up your phone, pre-qualifying leads for you and booking them on your calendar. And I walk you through kind of like step by step. And AI was like, okay, you got to do this first, this second, this third, this fourth, and then strung it all together to put the book together. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
But like
cool
like
process.
like you said, I think we're on in the green room on Breakfast Club where you're saying, sure, AI can help you write a book, but it doesn't really write the book. Like it's still hard, and it takes a lot to get that done. I mean, you've been working on it since November. Here we are in March, and we're at pre-orders. So yeah, it takes. I know you've been really, really working hard on this to make sure it's perfect. And I was asking you before, and let's go ahead and answer this for those who might be listening or watching. You're producing a hard copy book, Chris, there were people producing hard copy books on social media, and the day it was published, it was out of date. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was out of date. How do you solve that with this book?
So I think it was actually a benefit that it took me so long to write the book because I had that realization. So the bonus chapter, chapter 12 at the end, gives you access to a page where we're publishing all the new information. So here's what's current, here's what's recent, because I'm constantly shooting videos on how these strategies are applied with the newer tools that are coming out, image and video creation being something we just went through a major overhaul with. So that's in the book, but I know it's going to change again.
Mm.
So you at any time, a year from now, you can go to chapter 12, punch in the domain that's there, and you've got access to all the most recent
What's
information.
happening today? Right.
That's right.
But you mentioned too, though, but a lot of the what's in the book is specific prompting and prompts to achieve the goals that you're after. Those are really kind of evergreen anyway, aren't they?
That they are. You just take them, you can plug them into any tool
Yeah.
that's recent in order to make it work. And I think that's probably a decent first like place for us to start
Mm.
because I see there's actually a big debate going online right now in the mortgage community
Hmm.
about like whether or not loan officers should be plugging into artificial intelligence. There's almost like
Really?
two camps of like, oh
There's a
yeah,
camp that says no.
there's a camp that says a lot of these tools are garbage.
Really? Well,
Oh, and they're
maybe. Yeah, you could probably have garbage tools. Sure.
oh yeah, and they're right. Like as a loan officer, just like you said, like, do you really need to make a fancy picture? Like,
Mm.
is that going to grow your business? Probably not.
Right.
But if you have a strategy behind taking AI and taking a listing photo from a listing agent, redecorating it in three different styles and sending it over to the agent so that you get an appointment with the agent, well, then all of a
Now it
sudden,
helped. Yeah.
now it helps, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that's really what I'm trying to do with the book is to take like even in still in today's market, over 80% of loans that are funded are from referrals.
Mm.
So I hope that I'm coming to the mortgage industry with a resource where AI makes sense related to where we get the majority of our business from. So, how to use AI to market to your database to get more referrals and get refinance deals right now. How to
Mm.
use AI to go attract top producing real estate agents so that you can generate deals with them.
Mm.
How to use AI so that when somebody is referred to you or you get a lead, you're the first person to contact them, you're the first person to provide value, you're the first person to win the deal. So there will always be new tools that we have available to do things better, smarter, faster, cheaper. But what I wanted to do in the book was to provide the underlying foundations for how to take AI, apply it to a business driver, and get that automated in the business. And then you can make it better over time as new tools come out.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good stuff. That's what you've been so good about with us on Breakfast Club and on your class that you do every Friday is really you've really taken the time with us over a period of time to lay that foundation for everybody. So everybody that has been around since the beginning when you started doing all of this is pretty up to speed, right? Pretty up to
Yeah.
date and has a lot of already has several of those verticals integrated into their system, be it the LO AICRM or whatever they're using. So yeah, really cool. So is there a time frame on when the books might actually does they give you like a guesstimate 3 weeks or anything like that when they might be coming out or
So as of the publishing of this, we should be within 2 weeks. It'll be
okay.
ready within 2 weeks for people to go and buy. So when they go to the page now, they'll opt in, then you're on the list. You're at the front of the line. And then as soon as we get word from Amazon that we're good to go, we're going to let everybody know. We're going to send out emails. We're going to, I'll be on social every day talking about it because what we're trying to do is we're going to try and hit bestseller status
Mm,
in whatever category they put us in,
mm.
so that we get that like fancy little badge so I
Yeah,
can show
the
my
great
wife.
yeah, the awesome badge.
Look how
Yeah.
cool your husband is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really cool too, man, because producing the book allows originators across the country to get their hands on this blueprint sometimes being on a Zoom call isn't practical. Sometimes, then you forget where the recordings are. And then, like so being able to just order the book, have it on my desk, and on Fridays when I'm working on my business, I can open that book and start applying some things. And then the,
Yeah.
the fact that you tied it to a community is really cool too. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We're not only can I do that, but I do have access to a community with recorded videos and past, classes and all that. So I really can, even if I am kind of the desert island LO out there because of my time frame or whatever it is, or I really do have accessibility now into getting AI implemented into my business. A great idea, man. Thanks for doing this for everybody.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure. And the fact that you can do it at your pace. And I also built it in a way where it really is something that you can share with a real estate partner because I
Mm,
think, so much of the relationship building between the loan officer and the real estate agent, to go really deep on that relationship, is having conversations about how you're going to grow your business, how
mm,
they can scale, how they can do more with less time and
mm,
less
mm.
resources. So all of the principles in the book are either tied somehow into real estate or how to provide value to a real estate referral partner using these tools. So the book becomes a resource where you can be like, oh, hey, I'm learning this in chapter 3, check this out. And it becomes, again, a conversational tool that you can use with real estate agents.
Mm,
So
mm.
I built it with that in mind as well.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff, man. Awesome. Awesome. So loaibook.com. That's where everybody
Yeah.
goes. And
Yes.
get registered to get the book. I am. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Plus, it looks really nice. Is it going to look like the images that you showed us?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
it. That's the
looks really
goal.
cool.
You
Yeah.
know, a feather in our cap, I think,
Mhm.
for the Loan Officer Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
but also from what we're teaching about AI and what I go deep into in chapter 11, the last chapter of the book, is something that I don't see anybody else talking about in the mortgage industry specifically. And so I'm consulting with a couple of major mortgage companies right now. And there is a tremendous amount of money and focus and resources being poured into how to make underwriting easier for loan officers, how to kind of put that tip of the spear into the marketplace
Yeah.
for helping with taking applications and making the loan process easier, how to use AI to do all of these wonderful things on the back end.
Mm,
Absolutely. And it's like an enterprise perspective on what's happening. But I look at it from the perspective of how our society is changing
mm,
because we're like, remember the agricultural revolution, and this comes back to like everybody thinks AI is going to take our jobs.
mm.
That was probably like the worst, whatever that was, ever. But there's a
Just
lot of that, like,
concerned farmer. Yeah.
right?
Whatever it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Well, so my kids' school brought me in, and I'm going in twice a month to teach AI to the kids. So from grade 7 all the way through the high schoolers, and we bring them all
That's
up to the
pretty innovative of that school, by the way. But anyway, yeah.
yeah. And so I'm super thankful to be a part of that community and to be
Yeah.
able to contribute there. And so the first session that I went to, one of the kids stood up and he's like, I'm scared. Like, what am I going to do when I hit the workforce and all of the jobs are gone
Mm,
because AI took all the jobs? And so the first half of the conversation was based on faith and our belief structure and system and that sort of thing. And we'll park that aside for today's conversation. The second was I'm getting up in age, and I remember learning about the agricultural revolution, and I lived through the digital revolution, right?
yeah.
And what happened in each of those, if you take the agricultural revolution, we used to physically have to go into a field, bend over, toil the earth. Hundreds of thousands of people around the earth
Right.
required hard manual labor in the sun. All of a sudden, a tractor comes out.
Mm,
Everybody's like, the people don't get to work in the fields
mm,
anymore. And it's like, okay, well, those people found other more productive uses of their time.
right.
The Industrial Revolution, it's like we used to have to put all the nuts and bolts on all of the cars that went down the assembly line, and all
Mm,
of a sudden, the manufacturing capacity of building a car part by part Now we've got these assembly lines, and then all
Mm.
of the robots come in and they're doing the bolts and the
Right.
nuts and stuff, right? AI isn't going to take our jobs. AI is probably going to take a lot of the things that we shouldn't be doing in the first place,
Mm.
unlocking that time potential of human capacity so that we can go spend it someplace else.
Mm.
I hope as a society, we decide to invest that time in our families
Mm.
and in our local communities and with each other and getting to know each other. But it's also going to unlock this whole other opportunity that we don't even understand exists yet because we don't have to do all of the stuff that AI is going to replace.
Right. Yeah.
As that shift happens, Frank, everybody is going to lean in to use AI to answer their questions. Like within 5 years, pretty good chance a good segment of our homes is going to have AI powered assisted robots in our house.
Can't wait.
They're, they're going to clean, they're going to fold the laundry, they're going to feed the animals. It's going to do all of these tasks that take hours a day, right? We're going to get all that time back. But what we're also going to do is, as a society, talk to our robots while they're doing all of our work to solve all of our problems.
Mm.
Imagine the Claude and the Chat GPT and the Grok that we have today advanced on a level where it's 5 years in the future. It knows the majority of who you are. It has access to your bank accounts. It has access to all your information. It understands you really, really well. Like, are you going to go back and do a Google search at that point?
Mm.
Probably not, right? You're
No.
probably going to talk to your AI,
My robot. Yeah. Who I'm going to
right?
name Honeydew. I already told you that. I already have. Right.
Honeydew.
I'm going to say, "Hey, Honeydew, can you tell me where I can buy this, or can you just order this for me?" Then Honeydew will do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's absolutely a reality. And so I think us in the mortgage and real estate community, we need to be having very serious thoughts and conversations about like when somebody asks that robot where we should get a mortgage from, who's it going to recommend, and who's going to be recommended by that agent.
Mm.
And that's where I'm spending a lot of my time and focus and energy is really trying to become the industry leader here in the mortgage industry. If you have a mortgage company and you want ChatGPT and Grok and Gemini to recommend you as the local mortgage lender, how do you do that?
Mm.
And that's what chapter 11 in the book is all about.
Mm.
Because yes, it can do all of your work. It can write your emails, it can write your text messages, it can do your presentations, it can help you with so many of these things. But if you start that process with the underlying understanding of every time you use the AI to do a task for you, you do it in a way to teach the AI that you're the local mortgage expert in your local marketplace that specializes in non-QM or commercial financing
Mm.
or cannabis funding, right?
Yeah.
The more that you're using artificial intelligence and teaching it about that topic and supporting that knowledge base with you as the source, the much higher the possibility is that you're going to be recommended by the AI in the future when somebody comes and needs that mortgage product.
Mm.
And I think that's arguably one of the greatest opportunities that we have with AI in today's market.
Yeah. Agreed.
Sorry,
Agreed.
that was a little bit of a rant, but
No, but it's yeah, but you're right. This is where it's going, and this is why we need to be on top of everything. We need to be laying our AI foundation today to make
yeah,
sure we're positioned properly for this, and that's what you've been teaching. So that's why it's so good to show up on Fridays to Loan Officer Breakfast Club, and then go to the class as well. So
yeah, cool.
yeah, good stuff. So, what links do we give everybody to click on? Of course, the book, right? LOAI book.
Yep.
.com. We're going to put that in the description wherever you're watching or listening. And if you are listening on Spotify or iTunes, something like that, it's loaibook.com. So just you should be able to remember that. Go get that done. But also the Friday class. What's the link for the Friday class? They can't miss that.
So it's loaiclass.com. But if I may, Frank, I would
Yes.
just default back to register for Breakfast Club because sure, Fridays are great, but Mondays through Thursdays, oh, are
are amazing. Yeah,
incredible.
they're
Like,
fun. They're
don't
good.
just show up on Fridays because you'd be missing out if you did.
Yeah.
That should be a daily start to everybody in the mortgage industry. Is
Indeed,
because
indeed. That's easy as well. It's just breakfastclubzoom.com. It's a Zoom call. So breakfastclubzoom.com. So we'll make sure both those links are in there. But Chris Johnstone, thanks for being on the podcast once again.
cool. Thanks for having me, Frank.
You betcha. You betcha. Appreciate it. And we'll have you back again as always. And for all you guys listening and watching, man, engage with Chris. Go get registered for the book, loaibook.com, and get your AI on, my friends. Get your AI on. That's what you want to do. All right, brother. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. See you guys later. Adios.
Adios.